Hi, my name's Whitney Kell, and today I'm reading from The Love Cards by Robert Lee Camp. I have been texting people their birthdays connected to the deck of cards for quite a while, and I decided to put it on video. I use it in my coaching practice and with new relationships that I bring into my life. I like to know a little bit more about who they are, and it's really given me a lot of insight into myself. This is another book he wrote, and this will give you a reading for the year. If you want to pick this one up, it's also a really good read. Cards of Destiny, Cards of Your Destiny, Robert Lee Camp. How this works is super simple. You go to the front of the book, you find the day and the month that you were born, and it tells you what playing card you're connected to. Today I'm going to read the card of Fate, the Six of Spades. And the birthdays connected with the Six of Spades are... drumroll, only 4. January 8th, February 6th, March 4th, and April 2nd. I'm going to give you your planetary ruling card as well because there's so few, but I'll also put it below in the notes. You might want to jump over and listen to that card to see what else resonates for you. January 8th is the Three of Hearts planetary ruling card. The February 6th is the Ace of Clubs planetary ruling card. The March 4th is the Queen of Clubs. And April 2nd is the Eight of Diamonds. So I'm going to read the Six of Spades. I love that it's called the card of Fate. The Six of Spades is called the card of Fate because it is the strongest symbol of the law of cause and effect. What we sow, we shall reap, for good or ill. When our birth card is a 6, we can expect there to be fated events at different times in our lives. These are events that we're set into motion by our actions or words in previous lifetimes, whose effects were set aside to be experienced later, when conditions are right to create an equalizing of those events. Some of these events can be positive and helpful, so most of them are, while others may show us what it is like to be on the receiving end of some negative occurrence. For the most powerful of the sixes, the Six of Spades life just seems to have more of these fated events than most. So much so that Six of Spades begin to view life as a place where they have few choices and little power to change its outcome. It is true that we cannot change events once they are set into motion. But there are still many events in life over which we have tremendous responsibility, and our choices in this life are always important in this regard. This is one of the major lessons for the Six of Spades. This is a powerful card and the card of a person who is here to learn the responsibility of such power. These people either align themselves to a higher purpose and vision and achieve great success, or have their power turned against them for their own downfall. As a rule, these people are very responsible for their actions, but a strong Neptune influence can lead many of them down the road of escapism and time lost in fantasy and illusion. They are dreamers, to be sure, and as such, they must be careful to keep their dreams aligned with high ideals and principles if they wish to prevent them from becoming nightmares. They must latch on to the highest dream they can and use their power to attain it. Nothing can stop them once this vision is clear. Fulfillment on every level is guaranteed. This card has some of the greatest potential for success and recognition of any card in the deck, and many of them are slated for great achievement. The Eight of Diamonds is Mars, and King of Spades in Jupiter hint of the huge potential for financial gain. Of course, for this to be realized, they must take action and be willing to bear great responsibility. They must watch a tendency to fall into a comfortable or uncomfortable rut. They can also be very stubborn. Through the acquisition of knowledge, they find great fulfillment, life purpose, direction, and many good friends. Some of their greatest challenges come in the area of love and romance. Their own indecision works against them. Having the Nine of Spades as their first karma card, there are sure to be losses in their life, tragic in some cases. However, the Nine of Spades also guarantees great success when they are focused on a vision of helping the world with their many gifts. They can be the greatest givers of the deck, expressing themselves in a more universal manner. Many rise to great heights in their work. Some of the relationship issues with the Six of Spades. Six of Spades cannot stop thinking about love and romance. At the time, they tend to have a somewhat mental approach to the whole situation that causes them to undergo many experiences both up and down. While they gather experience to back up their concepts and ideas, they can tend to be drawn to multiple relationships, and this usually has negative consequences for them. The desire for multiple relationships is usually rooted in their hidden fear of not getting enough affection that underlines these attempts. This fear, symbolized by the Three of Hearts and Saturn, can make it very difficult to have true intimacy with another until it is recognized and acknowledged. Both sexes are attracted to those of intelligence and wit. The women, like men, of wealth, authority, or prominence, they can be crafty or dishonest in love, much like the Five of Diamonds and Six of Diamonds, and must avoid trapping themselves in their own stories and beliefs. Fate versus free will. I'm going to read this last section. According to many published stories and interviews in the 1890s, only Richmond had proof that life is completely fated and destined. There are several accounts of his ability to predict without fail what cards could be drawn from a deck by any individual once he knew the time of day and the date of birth of that person. Only stated over and over again that everything in this world that we know operates on a strict and fixed mathematical principles and laws, and that not even one small bird falls from the sky except under the direction of these laws and principles. Hindu astrologers share the same belief. Those who have mastered the art can only know, Those who have mastered that art can, only knowing your date, time, and place of birth, tell you when you will marry, how many children you will have, what kind of work you will do, and the exact date of your death. I don't know if I want to know that. This is a hard concept for most of us to accept. We like to believe that we have some choice about what happens to us. Let's face it. There are thousands of books, many of which you and I have read, that teach us how to change our destiny and be the captain of our fate. These books have helped many people to a certain extent, and yet how is it that only these astrologers can make such accurate predictions? They can do this without even meeting you or knowing your name. The Hindu priests and wise men, though fatalistic in this regard, still tell us that in order to actualize our destinies, we have to follow our dharma. Dharma, defined briefly, means right action. They say that we still have to do the right thing and persevere in our lives, even though we are already fated to be a certain way and to have things turn out the way they do. Whether our lives are completed, fated or not, a lot of how we as individuals approach the subject can be seen in our birth cards. The odd-numbered cards, such as the threes and aces, are always creating stuff in their lives. For this reason, they tend to believe that they create their own destiny. The even-numbered cards, and especially the sixes, tend to let things come to them. Sixes are very fixed people and resistant to change in general. You will find this out if you spend some time with one of them. They will not budge until they want to. As a matter of fact, they can get stuck in a rut and seem unable to give themselves the push they need to get started. Perhaps this is why their lives seem more fated than other cards. They never seem to be the cause of anything in their life since they did not start it by their own efforts. It seems to just come to them while they sit there staring into space. The Six of Spades, being the strongest of the sixes, is the most likely to act in this manner and to have these beliefs about fate and destiny. Florence Campbell, in her book Sacred Symbols of the Ancients, seemed to imply that six people have the ability to tune into the actual workings of fate itself through their intuitive gifts. Even though their life may seem to be in a rut at times, in the pace of that stillness, they can tune into the inner voice that is only heard when our minds are relatively silent. In meditation is what I'm hearing. Because of this, they are privy to information that is rarely noticed by other cards in the deck. Part of this information is their own destiny and their role in helping the world. If any Six of Spades listens to their inner voice, they will discover that fate has a special mission for them, and they can be of great help to humankind in some way. Wow. So, if you are the card of fate, the Six of Spades, I believe this is the first time I've ever read this card, and this was very powerful for me today. And I love the way it ended, that you can be of great help to humankind in some way. So if you are Six of Spades, I honor you. I thank you. I hope this landed with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Ciao.